Hi everybody, I'm Chiara, and in this video I'm going to introduce you to the configuration of the following system functions: muting, restart, and anti-tempering. Let's start with the muting function. Muting is an optional safety function that allows the control unit to ignore the detection from a selected group of sensors. The upper part of the page is used to configure the groups of sensors that will be affected by the muting function. In this example, there are two configured sensors, which we can then associate to a group at our discretion. After this, let's move on to the digital input-output. Each group can be independently muted by a digital input. Keep in mind that the SNS and ground inputs must also be connected if at least one input is connected. Instead, regarding the configuration of the outputs, it is possible to select the muting enable feedback signal to have feedback when at least one sensor is in muting condition. Lower on the page, we can configure the muting signal so that the function is enabled only if both logic signals of the dedicated input meet specific characteristics. That is, pulse width, signal period, and phase shift. Let's now take a look at the restart function. The system manages 3 types of restart prevention for each detection field: automatic, manual, or safe manual. Let's analyze them in detail. The automatic type does not require the operator to take any action. The system automatically reactivates the safety outputs once the area is clear of movement. In the manual type, the safety outputs are reactivated by an external restart signal that can be a button pressed by the operator. The safe manual type is the combination of the two functions just described. The sensors perform the restart prevention function and then wait for a restart signal from outside the system. Here you can assign the desired type of restart prevention function to each detection field. As we can see from the warning message, if the selected restart function is either manual or safe manual, we need to go back to the digital input-output section and assign a restart signal to the digital input that we want to use for this purpose. It is also useful to configure a digital output by selecting the restart feedback signal, so that it gives us feedback when there is no more movement in the area and the operator can manually restart the system. This section includes the anti-tempering functions of the system, which can be configured for each sensor individually. The anti-tempering functions are anti-rotation around the axis and anti-masking. Let's see together what this is all about. The anti-rotation function can be enabled to detect a change of the rotation of the sensor around each individual axis. Tilt is the rotation around the x-axis. Pan is the rotation around the y-axis, and roll is related to the z-axis. Let's now focus on the anti-masking function. This is used to detect if an object occludes the field of view of a sensor. This function can be enabled individually for each sensor. 2 parameters control its response: sensitivity, which is low, medium, or high, and the maximum detection distance. Please note that a click on the Apply Changes button at the end of the configuration will save the parameters for both anti-tempering functions. Here we are, guys! If you want to discover the latest features of the settings page, don't miss out on the next video. Thanks for watching! See you soon!